Tony with Father and Son Fishing. Hey beginners, today I'm going to teach you how to fish the right way. We're going to cover 3 topics, each of them in a lot of detail, okay? Number 1 is finding the fish, that's important. Number 2, using the right materials. And number 3, using the right techniques. Stay tuned for 1, 2, and 3 coming up. Finding the fish, because it is fishing, not catching, unless you know what you're doing. So what you want to do is go online, read reviews about the lake that you're going to fish at. Usually those are plentiful. There's also an app called Fish Brain, which is really great, and it shows where and what types of fish are in each body of water. You can also read online reviews. Many fishermen are very open about any lake you fish at, if it's public at least, you know, what type of fish are in there, how they catch them, what they caught, etc., etc. You even see a lot of pictures. So that's how you do it, folks. Find the fish, you're going to up your chances, and the real good one is to wait until the spring, at least in the northern states. What lakes are they stocking with what fish? Find that early enough in the early spring and you'll up your chances of catching fish if they just stock a lake just before you go. Okay, tip 2, having the right gear. First and foremost, you gotta know how to tie the right knot. That's not gonna come off if you're fighting a monster fish of a lifetime. And at the end of this video, check out the video that Joe ties of a uni knot, which is, we feel, the strongest knot in fishing. Okay, so you tied your knot, you know how to do that, your line is good, there's no frays and nicks and cuts. Second is you gotta be a casting pro. Practice in your backyard, practice in a field, practice at a local pond. You've gotta learn how to cast precisely so that you can drop the bait in front of the fish within a foot or so every time. That will absolutely up your chances of catching more fish, folks. All right, final tip 3, having the right techniques, using the right techniques. Start with a bobber. Beginner fishermen, a bobber like this, a nice little stick, lightweight balsa bobber, when that's above the water, you're gonna feel and see every little strike that the fish is doing underneath the water. If you're new to fishing, start with a bobber. It'll help you catch more fish. Number 2, always carry 2 rods with you. Because if you're out at a lake and you're a while away from home and you lose your first rod, you got to have a second one if you want to keep fishing. And number 3, always have 2 spools of line, no matter what you're using, because if you run out of line or something happens to your line, you got to be able to replace it on the spot. Hope you enjoyed all these tips. Remember, check out the video in the upper right-hand corner, and we'll see you on the river.